Okay, thank you for joining us for this BBB Flash webinar. And we're going to go ahead and get started now. I just wanted to remind you, if you have any questions, you can type them in to the bar on the right-hand side. Or if you have them later on, of course, you can either follow your registration email and contact me, or contact our presenters here at the information that they'll be providing for you. So we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
Hello and welcome to the Flash webinar. My name is John Covender and I'm a business owner of knowyourcustomers.com and an accredited BBB member, as you yourselves are. First off, I want to thank everyone for joining today, and we're proud and thank the staff for giving us this opportunity to be able to show you our value-added service that will be beneficial to all the Better Business Bureau members. As you can see, we have a discounted promo code for each Better Business Bureau member, and you can see that on the screen at CLEBBB. And that's what you would put in at the "Do you have a promo code" on the front page of our website. So the topic this morning is, how well do you know your customers? This is a question that I had to ask myself over and over again. We all want to trust our customers, and when somebody comes to us, we're thinking, wow, this is a great opportunity, my company's going to make money, but sometimes they have an ulterior motive on what they're actually going to do after you provide a product or service to them. And I found that out myself. I found that they knew in advance of what they were going to do prior to me getting paid at the end of the project or the product that I was giving them. And I, like you, I couldn't afford to take a loss on many projects or products, and so that's where this service comes in as a tremendous value added, because now you have a place to put information that doesn't typically get reported to the credit bureaus. Customers have always had the upper hand controlling the transaction. Face it. They're the ones that call us. We provide a service, quality service for them, and then they go back on their word. There was not a place for that to be reported. Now there's always been a place for a consumer to put a complaint against you or me. So as I did research, I was looking for ways on how does that work in the opposite. Can we, as BBB members, reverse that cycle and actually let people know about the consumer? And that's actually what we created. So the problem that I was facing before I developed this was, I found out that I was getting other people's customers that didn't pay, and I had no information on it. There wasn't a place to warn anybody about that problem or that issue until now. We have a video that we're going to just show you to just explain a little bit further on what's out there now for you and how powerful and valuable it is. So we're going to click on the video. And if you are not able to see this now, or if you log in later, this video is on our front page of our website for your convenience, and you can go to www.knowyourcustomers.com and you can view the video that we're about to share with you right now if you'd like to see it. So enjoy this video. Give you a brief explanation of what was made and how powerful the system is. So, has this ever happened to you? I know it has happened to me many times. And our unique system was able to, provide the space or the spot for you to put that information. So the problem we all face is we don't have enough information about our customers. I did use the credit bureaus, and I did get a credit report on some of my customers, not all, because it is very expensive. But I found that my criteria as, for instance, I wanted a 700 credit score. I looked at that and said, okay, this is one of my good customers, but then I realized they weren't. So what did the credit score tell me? It didn't tell me anything. Credit score is just a generic guess on information that's out there in the reported sector. Now, as we will speak and find out here more in this webinar, you'll find out that our focus was on the unreported side of the market. So again, more quality information was needed, and I found nothing that worked for that. So again, we needed to be able to give a place to have that information that is available for you. Okay, you've heard it. How many excuses have you heard about not paying? I've heard it didn't take you that long to complete the job. I never agreed to that price. Or they just come out and plainly say, I'm not paying you. And this is the one that really gets me, is take me to court. They know that you will not take to court under a certain amount of money. So again, your customer controlled your transaction as you were working for them. So we've heard the excuses. What's next? What do you do about it? When somebody has not paid you, what do you do? Well, there's options. You can take them to court. You can file a lien. You can turn it over to a collection agency if you'd like. But is that economical? You still have to collect when you file liens or go to court. So all of us having this data, we all have computers. We all know who didn't pay us. Where do we put that? Well, knowyourcustomers.com has created a place for you free to upload your information. And by sharing this information in all industries, we take back control of our business. No longer will the consumer have control. We have that control back now because we're going to adjust our terms. Where's the first place that people go to check on you? They go to the internet. They check your website. The thing about it is they've done that for everyone, and if you're somebody new that they've not paid, other people, you don't know that. So they're setting you up. You're going to go to their home or business or give a product, and they have no intentions, like I mentioned, about paying you. So where do you go to check on your potential customers? You guessed it, knowyourcustomers.com. We created a web-based pre-qualified information database, and this is before you engage into an agreement with an individual. So the current customer flow that we know out there is a consumer business comes to you and they say, hey, I'd like your product, I'd like to do business with you. So we all get excited. Said, okay, great, we got a customer, want to take care of this customer, give them the best product, give them the best customer service. So then we try to, listen to them and get information, and sometimes we're not able to get information. But what do all of us do? We'll take that dice and we'll roll it because we need the sale or we want the income or the relationship with that person. But did you know 3 out of 4 transactions never get reported? That's incredible. Think of those numbers. 3 out of 4 transactions are never reported. So let's go back and talk about who reports to the credit bureaus. We know, according to the Bureau of Census, the United States Census Bureau, there's 28 million registered businesses in the United States. Now, most people of small businesses and self-employed do not report because it costs money and there's certain criteria amounts that you have to be able to report. So once we did the math and took that number against the 28 million, we found out that 16,000 large report and 170,000 medium businesses report. So giving us a 95.9% of businesses who do not report. So again, let's ask the question, when you check on a customer, if you use the credit bureaus, what are you getting? How expensive are the credit bureaus? Well, this is the current reporting system that I've used, and I'm sure some of you have used. This is it. But to take information from each bureau and the other business validation services and consumer services to try to even put together a system that talks to each other and gives information, it's going to cost you about $2,500 a year. Now again, let's keep focused. That's on the reported information. Now our software, knowyourcustomers.com, is $2 per click. Pretty minimal when you're going to check on a consumer. So the numbers don't lie. Let's talk about that. We're talking about reported and unreported right now. As you can see on the right, this is what's reported. Your banks, your business loans, your consumer loans, your credit cards, your mortgages, all that stuff. But if you really look, there's a lot of items not reported to the credit bureaus. And I've agreed, and I'm sure you will with me, that we don't report because it's expensive. And look at the amount of the unreported information out there that's not available. Again, that's why we created knowyourcustomers.com. Our solution was take the reported and the unreported, again, information not reported to the credit bureaus, bring that together into a centralized database, share that information. Again, we're pre-qualifying for our customers, and in that system of ours, the solution, you get a customer profile. And we'll speak a little bit more on that customer profile and how important and how powerful it is to you. And what we give at the end result is just a yes or no. So you're not sharing your personal or customer information. We're queuing the system just to provide a yes or no based on your questions in your profile. So how does it work? Again, the customer profile is a very important factor, and I will explain that to you a little bit more. You can also post a complaint against an individual, and you're going to see in our complaint processing that we also have tied to it a 3-tier dispute resolution process. You can process an inquiry about an individual or a business, again, putting in the information that you want to know. Now here's a real important part. Why would you give me data? What am I going to get out of that? Well, this is what we've created. You can upload your information for free. There is no restriction. There is no criteria that has to be met. All you have to do is put it on a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet then gets loaded into our system. Now here's what's really cool. You get paid on your data as it's used throughout our system. And I'll explain that a little bit more too as we go further along in this webinar. Now let's dig in deep to the customer profile. Again, you want to identify your risk on your customer. So what questions would you ask about your customer? Some examples are, have they ever not paid another company? Have they ever bounced a check? Have they ever charged back a credit card? Have they ever paid another service provider in another industry? Again, the questions are unlimited on what you can ask to find out and verify your customer. We talked about a three-tier resolution process, and we're going to get into the complaint side to show you that, but we have an online platform between the two users. You post a complaint, they get notified by an email, and you also get a letter to send out to them to know that they've been listed in our system. And what we did with this was we created that to be sent out. They get a URL or a gateway into the system. They have to verify that it's them before they get to the complaint. So if they changed address or changed emails or whatever this case may be, we're capturing that new information. So you can't come to terms or an agreement. We've created an escalated process that comes to us then, so we're able to help and listen to the issue. Once the issue cannot be resolved, then this is what works so great with the Better Business Bureau is this is what they do. They do legal binding arbitration and mediation to solve issues. And you can see the fit here is just awesome being with the Better Business Bureau. So when you sign up, let's go to the dashboard. On the dashboard, you're going to see manage your profile, process your complaint, process your inquiry. So let's get back to why you would put information into our system. Right underneath those three tabs, you see a crowdsourced residual. Well, that residual is what we owe you every month for what your information was processed through the system. Then on the right, in the red, you'll see we have a savings of you seeing the savings of the customer that you were getting ready to do business with, and with your profile set up, we count that as a savings to you. So again, as your information is loaded, it's locked in under your company, and you gain those residuals, as your information is used. The other thing you can do is put a new inquiry in, inquire about someone. So you'd go through, you would pick out, who you want to inquire. We did build this as a standard industry code or SIC code or NACIS, so you can pick a certain category to search, or you can search globally. So after you put this information in, you click it, submit, and then it will give you the results or the answer on which you're looking to receive based on your profile. Now here's the power. I've talked about it and I'm going to show you. The profile page is what is so different than the credit bureaus out there. You can ask any question you want to know about anything. Just like the first one I had created here was, does this person live in Akron? I can put, has this person ever charged back on a credit card? Has this person ever not paid a plumber? Has this person not paid so-and-so and so-and-so, and it goes on and on and on. You can have one question, or you can have a whole lot of questions. And to the right, on the top there, you can see a yes, no criteria. And what we created this for was, you can tell us how many tolerances are right for you for that customer. Is it 3 out of 4? Is it 10 out of 20? Is it 30 out of 60? Whatever that number is that you decide, you save it, and then as your inquiries go through the system, that's what's being profiled on just what you want to know about that business or that consumer, not a credit report where they just throw a bunch of information and give a credit score. And as always, as you see down in the lower left corner, if you ever need help, we have help buttons throughout our system, so we can help you with setting up profiles or setting up your system, whatever. Feel free to contact us if you need help through that. Now here's a customer complaint, just to kind of go back and explain a little bit further as to what we were talking about our three-tier escalation process. You can see on the left is a service provider, on the right, which would be your company. On the right would be the person that you're looking to find information out. And as you can see through the different screens there was a situation going on. There was document uploads. The people are responding back and forth. And this is one way that we found that resolution does work. Testimonials are out there that when people know that they're listed and the terms and documents and everything are or supplied, it does go into where they've used the system and been successful in getting payments. Now you see to the right, towards the lower bottom, where there is a process of escalation. Either party can escalate to this next level to us or the Better Business Bureau to satisfy or work on satisfying the issue that you have at hand. So how do you get started? As I mentioned, you can go to our front page of our website. You're going to see a place for your promo code. You're going to put the Cleveland BBB promo code, and you're going to get 30% discount on the packages. So pick a plan that works best for you. Again, we're going to help you create your profile questions. Always, always, always ask for help so we can walk you through this. And again, we're not telling you not to do business. We're telling you to do business smarter. Change your terms before you engage with that customer, because now you know more about them than they know you, just as it was reversed before. They knew everything about your company by checking you out through the internet, and now you have that option as well. So I want to thank everyone today for sitting in and listening to this webinar. And again, you see my information here. I'm John Covender, one of the partners at knowyourcustomers.com. And if you need any assistance, please contact me or any of the team members, as we'll help you to set up, yourself in the system. So if there are any questions, please go ahead and ask.